wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body,
Feel it in my body.
I can feel it in my soul,
in my soul.
I can feel it in my heart,
It's in my heart.
and it won't let go.
No, no, no.
Something wonderful,
Something wonderful.
something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful,
Something wonderful.
something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body,
Feel it in my body.
I can feel it in my soul,
It's in my soul.
I can feel it in my heart,
It's in my heart.
and it won't let go.
No, 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 no.
Something wonderful,
Something wonderful.
something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful,
So wonderful.
something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. All this love inside, we can let it shine. Something wonderful,
Something wonderful.
something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful,
Something wonderful.
something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful,
And it's happening to you also. It's time for our announcements. We've moved them to the beginning of our service. And also, if you do not hear your announcement read this week, it's because we're only reading current announcements. Last week, David had 12 of them that he read. So we're trying to shorten the announcement time. For all events, see the website, email blast, or Facebook for events and detailed information. Angel's Wings Resale Shop and Gallery of Grace Gift Shop are open today. You can go to Angel's Wings right after the service, down the hall to the right, and they're the first door on the left. Gallery of Grace Gift Shop is open today. Angel's Wings Resale Shop is open today from 12 to 3.
A Course in Miracles book study is back. Returns to New Thought Unity Center on Tuesday, September the 6th at 6:30 p.m. and every Tuesday evening thereafter. It's facilitated by Susan Bartels, and a $5 love offering is suggested.
Mastermind, facilitated by Alice Frazier, is this Wednesday, September the 7th at 6:30 here in Friendship Hall. And the title is We Grow a Garden in Our Scars. Check the email blast, website, or call the center for more information.
Also Wednesday, September 7th is the Unity World Day of Prayer. And the topic this year is Holding the High Watch. Join us for a virtual prayer experience in the sanctuary beginning at 8 p.m. So you can do the mastermind and then come up to World Day of Prayer. The event will also be streamed live on Facebook.
If you're looking for a way to volunteer here at Youth Thought Unity Center, the nominating committee is seeking someone to serve on the nominating committee in the selection of our future board members. You can see a board member for further details or call the center if you have questions. Can our board members stand up that are here so they can recognize you? So if you have a question, recognize. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Awesome. Pledge cards. If you have not already done so, please grab a pledge card in the back of the sanctuary to participate in our pledge program to raise funds to support the hiring of Kim Ballou as our part-time spiritual leader.
Okay, you know what? This is the first Sunday of the month. So if you have a birthday or if you're celebrating an anniversary, would you please stand so we can recognize you? There's one in the back. There's one here. There's no others? All right. Let's sing our God is watching you now, blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You are wonderful. God is blessing you now. And for those on Facebook, happy birthday or happy anniversary.
And as always, please feel free to join us after the service in Friendship Hall for coffee, tea, light snacks, and a little fellowship. Thank you.
My body, my soul are part of a perfect whole. My heart and my hands are serving a sacred plan. I know that it's true. When all that I am comes down to you, I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. My thoughts and my mind belong to eternal time. My words and my song, you're writing them all along. I know that it's true. When all that I am comes down to you, I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you.
And this week we're welcoming Susanne Wittrock to the platform. Welcome, Susanne.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Ooh, it's great to see so many people out there. So we are starting with our affirmation today. I'm going to read it first, and then we all can say it together. And the affirmation for today is, every new beginning requires an ending. Let's say it all together. Every new beginning requires an ending. So let's go into our prayer, because Unity believes in prayer. Let's close our eyes if you feel comfortable. Take in a deep breath and let it go. And we just heard that every new beginning requires an ending. And so we know that with the seasons that come and go, things are ending, things are starting. We know that we are always connected, though, no matter what, to this divine spirit that is in us, that's connected to the divine wisdom. And we know that we can let our light shine, and no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the seasons are, no matter if we are at a beginning or an ending. And so we just take a moment of silence to remember that we are that light. We are that light that we can shine and bring forward into this world. And as we know this truth, we are just so grateful and so excited to go out into the world after this service and just spread that light. And we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen.
Please stand and join us as we sing, I Am the Thinker.
Shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light, brighten someone's darkest night. So much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
Please be seated.
This is the time in our service
Oh,
where
I'm
we do the
sorry,
meet
yes.
and greet.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
All right.
Hi, Althea. So feel free, handshake or a hug. Ask before you hug.
solo sometime or another. Positive. It's all right. Come on. We're live now. Okay.
Woo! I feel a good vibration, healing and transformation all through this congregation. Must be unity. The experience is our mission. Universal wholeness is our vision. I am who I am. It's my decision. Must be unity. N-T-U-C, unity. Yeah.
Please have a seat. And if you would, say with me our mission and vision statements. Our mission statement is, in God, we are an inclusive, abundant community, experiencing love, transforming lives, and serving others. And our vision statement is, we celebrate a world of harmony and oneness, a place of loving stewardship, sacred connections, and pure joy, where all are welcome with honor and respect. And what we want you to know more than anything is that wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And that is regardless of race, gender, nationality, age, sexual orientation, gender identity, or neurodiversity. This is an all-inclusive community that embraces diversity. And that is how we embrace all walks of life in the spirit of oneness. So if this is your first time, and you have any, or if you have any questions about the center, there is in the back corner a newcomers table. There is a packet of information about New Thought Unity Center, and there is a gift included in that for you. And if you have any questions after the service, Regina will be back there to answer any questions you may have. So again, welcome. Now it's time to settle in for meditation.
There is
at this time, we are doing our silent meditation. So I suggest, if you feel comfortable, to close your eyes. Put your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands in your lap. And just relax. Take in a deep breath and let it go. And take another breath in and release. And we just heard the song, I am that love. I am that power, that God is in me. And silently repeat, God is in me. God lives through me. I am that power. I am that light. I can shine this light out into the world. I am that power. I am that light. And we go into the silence. And as we come back, we bring this knowing with us. We bring this love with us, the light, the power. We can take it out into the world. We can share it with everybody we meet by a smile, just by a look into each other's eyes. We are that love. We are that power. We are that light.
There is one love.
I'm sure you'll know this one, so you can join us if you'd like.
Everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to give, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything turn, turn, turn. Turn.
Well, thank you, band, and thank you, singers. They were great. Thank you so much. I was picking out the songs with David Kaiser last Sunday, and I just wanted to let you know that they, I think just found out a few days ago what they have to sing today. I just want you to know that everything that happens here happens for a reason. And, people think about it. It not just happens out of the blue. There are thoughts behind everything that goes on here. And I don't know why I'm saying that. It's not written down on my paper. I better stick to what I wrote down. So, all right. Oh, so good thing I wrote this down. Hey, happy Labor Day weekend. I would have almost forgotten. So Monday is Labor Day. Today, in case you're online and you're watching us from somewhere else, Cincinnati has some of the best fireworks in the country for Labor Day. If you're not here today, well, maybe you can watch it online. The Labor Day is also a celebration for the workers in America. And I found a quote in a book. This is from Matthew Fox. The book is The Reinvention of Work. And he writes, "Good living and good working go together. Life and livelihood are not to be separated, but to flow from the same source. Spirit means life, and both life and livelihood are about living in depth, living with meaning, purpose, joy, and a sense of contributing to the greater community. A spirituality of work is about bringing life and livelihood back together again, in spirit with them. So no matter if you are a brain surgeon or a teacher or, a policeman, a mom, a dad, or, a janitor, bringing life, livelihood, and spirit together, that's what it's all about. When we are out there working, I have a part-time job. I work in retail. And, if I see somebody and if I smile at them and look into their eyes and say, hey, how's your day going today? You never know this might be the only time to hear somebody really checking in with them for this day. You never know what happens when you talk with people, how you inspire them. So bring that spirit, that light into your daily life, no matter what you're doing. Now, the other thing that I do besides working in retail, I love working on my spiritual journey. And there are a few new people in here, so I just want to tell you real quickly that I've come to this Unity Center for the past 20 years, and for the last year or so, maybe 2 years, I started the journey on becoming a licensed Unity teacher, which means I choose to take classes with Unity Worldwide Ministries. And the classes have all kinds of different themes. So I actually just finished one on Wednesday, and this one was called The Overview of the Hebrew Scriptures. And I knew when I signed up for this that it's not going to be easy, because I have not read the Bible, especially not the Old Testament. So I'm not sure how many here have read the Bible or ever even looked at a Bible. Guess what? You're going to hear about the Bible today. Are you glad you're here? But before that happens, I want to tell you a joke. It's something that I'm not so good at telling jokes, and when I remember them, I have to tell them because I'll forget them. Next week, I won't remember. So there's a policeman who stops a car that's going only 20 miles an hour in a 55-mile zone. Okay? So he stops this car, and there's a whole bunch of older ladies sitting inside the car. So he walks over and he says, "Do you know why I stopped you?" And the driver says, "No, I don't know. I have no idea." And he says, "Well, you're only driving 20 in this 55-mile zone." And the older lady says, "Well, back there, the sign said 20. And the policeman says, "Well, that's actually the sign that this is Route 20. So, but he said, "I will, let this go. I'm just going to give you a warning." But all the ladies in the car still look very frightened. So he's saying, I have to ask this before I leave, why are you all still look so frightened? And one of the ladies says, "Well, we just came off Route 109. So, yeah. So the reason I'm telling you this joke is because, how frightened they were. I think that's how some people are frightened about the Bible. And I know in Unity, we don't always talk about the Bible. Maybe some Unity centers do more than others. But I know here we have not been talking so much about it. And when I kind of was always scared of the Bible, because the few times I looked at it, first of all, the Old Testament was always like, I have no clue what you're talking about. The language, the stories, how do they even fit with each other? No idea. So I like to, talk a little bit about it. And the other thing is, if you want to get a Bible, if you like to read about it, well, there's a problem right there because there are so many different versions out there. There's the King James Version, and then there's the New Revised Version, and then there is the, the New English Version, and the New King James Version, and on it goes. But here's what I've learned. You know, the Bible consists of two parts. There's the Old Testament and the New Testament, right? So the Old Testament was written before Jesus was born. There is the first 5 chapters in it are what's considered the Torah, which is the, Hebrew scriptures that are being read in the Jewish temples. And also, Jesus actually learned from the Old Testament. That's one of the things that he learned when he grew up. There was no New Testament. People had no idea, had never heard of it before, because it didn't exist. And another thing that occurred to me, I know this may sound silly, but when I was doing the class and I was doing some of the reading, God did not write the Bible. Humans did. And, there's this thought that humans were inspired by God to write whatever they wrote down. So in the Old Testament, there's a whole bunch of different stories. There is the Genesis, there is the Exodus, there is the Proverbs, there are the prophets, and that's another thing that I was very confused about, because there are the prophets, and then there are the minor prophets. And I was always like, why are they minor? What did they do that they were only considered minor? I couldn't figure it out until this class. I learned the only reason they are minor is because their stories are shorter. So I'm like, okay, they didn't do anything wrong. They just wrote shorter stories. So in my class, we had to choose a book from the wisdom literature. And I chose the book Ecclesiastes. And the reason I chose that, it was written probably about 300 BCE. The reason I chose that is when I read the first few, verses, I was like, wow, whoever wrote this was really a big thinker. I mean, they were like deep thinking. And Ecclesiastes can be very dark sometimes. I almost thought it's almost like some teenager like brooding in his room, like, whoa, what is the world? What is life all about? There is a word in it, because I like to read just a very little piece of it. And there's a word in there that's called vanity. And the word vanity, there's so many different translations. It was written in Hebrew, and then it was translated over all these years. But in this case, vanity means, it's from the Hebrew word hebel, which means mist or vapor. So here is a little part. I brought my Bible. Okay. Vanity of vanities, says the teacher. Vanity of vanities. All is vanity. What do people gain from all the toil at which they toil under the sun? A generation goes and a generation comes, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises and the sun goes down and hurries to the place where it rises. The wind blows to the south and goes around to the north. Round and round goes the wind, and on its circuits the wind returns. All streams run to the sea, but the sea is not full. To the place where the streams flow, there they continue to flow. And it goes on and on. I will stop there. I don't want you to fall asleep or walk out. So, But to me, as I said earlier, it sounds like whoever wrote this was really in search of either meaning of life or, what is life all about? And nobody really knows who wrote it. Some people think Solomon wrote Ecclesiastes, but we can never be for sure. We'll never know. But you know what? He actually had, when I heard this, I kind of almost fell over. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. So I kind of feel sorry for him. I don't know how he remembered all their anniversaries and all that stuff. But anyway, and he had all the power and fame and everything that you can imagine, right? But if he really wrote it, he was still looking, he was still searching for a meaning. And I think that's interesting. So maybe some of you have asked this question, what is life all about? I know I have. Why are we here? What is all this? What's the meaning of it all? He also talks about the wind, how it goes round and round, and it's one of these things you just cannot grasp it. And that's why they talk about the word vapor, the word vanity, because it is like vapor or mist. I mean, have you ever tried to hold mist? When you see fog out there, you can see it, you walk up to it and you want to grab it and it's gone. And I think that's kind of sometimes life feels like I'm in this life, I'm here, I'm doing these things. I want to grasp it, but I can't. And that's the reason I also chose this talk, Sacred Connections, because I feel that after all the time that has passed, things are still the same. People are still asking. They're still searching. But if we look at a book like the Old Testament with what I consider modern eyes, there's a lot of wisdom and truth in it. Everything still goes round and round, happiness and love and even death. There's another part in this book that is very familiar to most of us, especially since you heard the song earlier. It's chapter 3, verse 1 through 8. And I'll just read it to you. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. So some of the things in there, I think, are a little bit complicated. So when I look at it, first of all, it could be looked at different stages of our life, right? And we can look at these stages with modern eyes. And when I see, when he talks about a time to kill and a time to heal, I think as a time when I let go of some thoughts that don't serve me anymore. I get rid of them. And I bring in some new thoughts that serve me. Like the affirmation earlier, every new beginning requires an ending. And right now, we are kind of in a time when things are changing again. You know, summer is pretty much over, fall is kind of starting, so we are ending something and we're beginning something new. Some of us, I know for me, when fall comes, I like to be more, I don't mind being inside and starting to read and going more inside again and figuring things out for life. You have to let go of some thoughts to make space for new ones. Marcus Borg says in his book, Reading the Bible Again for the First Time, that which we can momentarily possess is ultimately unsatisfying. So I can, like right now, I'm making a lot of money and I can buy this and that, but you know, down the line, is it really satisfying? Is it something that makes me happy? Because what comes then when you have everything? You know, some people are unhappy with their lives. They're missing something. Looking to the outside apparently only works for so long. And then people are kind of stopping and saying, well, there must be more than that. So all this has to come from the inside, right? It's like, it has to come from myself. I realized the word myself, it's my and self. It's from me. Nobody can give, you know, love and happiness to me. I can look for it out there, and maybe temporarily it will be good, but really it has to come from myself. It has to come from my light that shines from the inside out. You know, love, laughter, forgiveness. It's all part of this process that we have to do ourselves. Now, I also want to mention the 4 agreements. Not very unselfish of me, because I'm starting a book study. Not this Monday, but next Monday. But Don Miguel says, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And always do your best. That is an inside job. That is not something somebody can do for you from the outside, right? Now, for the class that I did, by the way, I still have to write a 4-page paper by this evening. So I know what I'll be doing today. There's the book that each one of us chose we had to do like a story or a poem on it. So I decided to do a poem about Ecclesiastes. And if any of you have read the book of Ecclesiastes, maybe you hear some parts from it. If not, I think you might just enjoy hearing it the way I wrote it. So I like to share that with you. I titled it, Everything Has Its Time. Solomon, where is your teacher? Is he in you, or is he Koheleth? Koheleth, by the way, means teacher. Walking by himself amongst your people. Thousands of years have come and gone, but these questions and teachings still ring in my ears. Who can grasp this life that appears like smoke curling in the wind? Generations come and go. Some are asking if life is worth living. Know that the day that is joy-filled is made from the same source as the day that brings sorrow and misfortune. When things are done, they cannot be undone. Learn to embrace the contrast of this life. After all, this is the world of duality. Sometimes a young soul can be wiser than an old spirit, and people say things with no meaning, their lips spreading words that end in violence. There are people who prosper at bad times, and there are people that will never prosper at all. Learn not to condemn the ones that have good fortune, but be glad for them. And there are those that take their power and use it only for their own riches, leaving others in the dust. The tears of the less fortunate do not open the hearts of these humans. There are times when it is better to listen to a quiet person than run with the noisy crowd. The old should be happy about a long-lived life, even when the shadows grow longer, and the young should live a life as if there were no shadows at all. In the end, nothing counts, except the way you lived your life, and the fools that hoarded treasures around themselves will find that one cannot take them on the journey back to the house of their soul. Those who understand these words and take them to heart will feel their spirit soar, and their feet will walk free and without trouble on this earth. So I like to end with Charles Fillmore. He said, God's greatest gift to man is the power of thought through which he can incorporate into his consciousness the mind of God. I'll say that again. God's greatest gift to man is the power of thought through which he can incorporate into his consciousness the mind of God. And let's not forget that the mind of God is something that we all possess. We all have that, right? We just heard all these songs, and we are that light, we are that spirit, we are that love. We are all created in the image of God. One of the unity principles is, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and everyone. So let your light shine. Thank you.
Thank you, Susanne. That was lovely. Y'all can sing with us on this one, too. There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season, for that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and with no ceiling through the moonlit nights with your lover. Oh, let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean this season. Let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when your love light shines all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder
can't hold back. No, let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Yes, let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. Ooh, one more time. Let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Ooh, let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love shine you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, it's the reason.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Susan, again for that lesson. It's that time in our service where we gather our tithes and our offerings in our hands, and we say our offertory blessing. So if you can say that with me. We know it by heart. There it is. Okay. Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive. And for those of you giving online or pushing the button in the back on the card, we appreciate your offerings also. Our chaplains today are Lauren and Marilyn, and they're here at the prayer shawl, and they're here to say a prayer of celebration with you or whatever type of request you may have. So take time to pray with the chaplain. You'll feel good on the inside, and it'll be showing on the outside. So we thank you for that. Facebook live stream announcements. If you want to know what's going on here at the center, feel free to do that. Next week we have Reverend Bobby Kaiser returning on the 11th, and he's talking about Tower Above Calamity. And then the following we'll have, next week also, Kim, Mark, and Jeannie are back with us, and Kim will be doing the service the following week, and Jeannie will be and Mark will be doing the meeting. I think I got that kind of mixed up. Bobby Kaiser
Come
returns.
next week,
It's
it'll
not
be
fun. It's fine. Yes, so we've got new things and new speakers coming. So continue to support us.
I'm sorry.
Oh, are you telling me to? Okay. Continue to support us, and we just thank you for coming today, and we look forward to seeing you next week and the following weeks. Yes, Alice. Amen.
Amen. We have some comments from folks online this morning. Sarah Elliston, Sam, says, good morning, family, watching from Hyde Park. Ginny Cole is sending love to all. James McLean, good morning to our New Thought Unity family from Kennedy Heights. Sandy Allen is saying good morning from Roselawn. Jeanette Matala, good morning to everyone from Mason. Teresa Villarreal, good morning from Rockford, Illinois. Brooke Benton is watching from Columbia, Tusculum. Debbie Rizzo and Pete are saying hello from Covington, missing your joyous faces, but feeling your spirit. And Barb Buer says, good morning, Unity friends, sending you love and blessings from Springdale, Ohio. Wish I could be there, recovering from COVID. So, Barb, blessings to you. And I want to thank everybody this morning for all of their hard work. Back in the booth, we have Sky and Linda. and Susan on sound, and the band, Peg and Randy, and Michael for his keyboards, and Jenny Althea for singing so beautifully.
And you, Alice, thank you.
So now if you'll stand and grab a hand, see how far we can stretch the circle out here. So we can say our prayer for protection and sing the peace song. All right, it's looking good. All right, our prayer for protection is, the light of God surrounds me, the love of God enfolds me, the power of God protects me, the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was made to be. With God our Creator, children all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my sign of love. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. There's a love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Oh, let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Well, let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Well, let your love fly like a bird on a wing,